The relationship between science and Christianity has been a subject of debate for centuries. While many scientists have made significant contributions to our understanding of the world, some have also been vocal about their skepticism towards the existence of God. This has led to a perception that scientists are trying to convince Christians that God is not real. However, the motivations behind this perceived effort are more complex and multifaceted than a simple desire to discredit Christianity. One reason scientists may be skeptical of the existence of God is that the scientific method is based on empirical evidence and testable hypotheses. Science seeks to explain the world through natural laws and principles, rather than relying on supernatural or divine intervention. From this perspective, the concept of God may seem unnecessary or even contradictory to the principles of scientific inquiry. Many scientists may view the idea of God as a relic of a pre-scientific era where natural phenomena were not yet understood and were attributed to divine intervention. Another factor contributing to the perceived effort to convince Christians that God is not real is the historical conflict between science and religion. The Galileo affair, the Scopes trial, and other instances of scientific discovery being at odds with religious doctrine have created the narrative of science versus religion. This narrative has been perpetuated by both scientists and Christians, with each side often portraying the other as close-minded and dogmatic. As a result, some scientists may feel that they are engaged in a battle to promote rational thinking and critical inquiry, which they see as being undermined by religious dogma. However, it is also important to note that many scientists are themselves Christians, and they do not see a conflict between their faith and their scientific work. In fact, some argue that their faith inspires them to seek a deeper understanding of the world and its workings. The concept of God can be seen as a way to explain the ultimate origins and purpose of the universe, which may be beyond the reach of scientific inquiry. This perspective is often referred to as non-overlapping magisteria, where science and religion are seen as separate domains, each with its own authority and expertise. Despite these nuances, some scientists may still be perceived as trying to convince Christians that God is not real. This perception may be fueled by high-profile debates and public statements by prominent scientists, such as Richard Dawkins and Stephen Hawking, who have been vocal about their atheism. However, it is also important to recognize that these individuals are not representative of the entire scientific community, and that many scientists are motivated by a desire to understand the world, rather than to promote a particular ideology or worldview. Ultimately, the relationship between science and Christianity is complex and multifaceted, and it is not accurate to say that scientists are trying to convince Christians that God is not real. While some scientists may be skeptical of the existence of God, their skepticism is often based on a desire to understand the world through natural laws and principles, rather than a desire to discredit Christianity. Many scientists are themselves Christians, and they see no conflict between their faith and their scientific work. By recognizing and respecting these different perspectives, we can promote a more nuanced and informed discussion about the relationship between science and religion, and work towards a deeper understanding of the world and its many mysteries.